Before we begin, let me ask you a question. If our bodies had no skeleton, what would happen? Without bones, the human body would collapse like a building without its frame. We would have no structure to maintain shape, no rigid support for muscles to pull on, and no ability to move efficiently. The skeletal system acts as the living framework of the body, providing both support and the mechanical structures necessary for movement. This is Kathy, and in this lesson, we will explore how the components of the skeletal system work together to maintain posture, support body weight, and enable movement. The skeletal system is not made of bones alone. It consists of several connective tissues that work together. First, bones, which provide the rigid structure that supports the body. Second, cartilage, which provides flexible support and reduces friction at joints. Third, ligaments, which connects bones to other bones and stabilize joints. And fourth, tendons, which connects muscles to bones and allow muscles to transmit force. When muscles contract, tendons pull on bones, and ligaments ensure that joints remain stable. Together, these structures create a coordinated system that enables controlled movement and structural support. The skeletal system performs several important functions. First is support, forming the structural framework of the body. Second is protection, shielding vital organs such as the brain, heart, and lungs. Third is movement, where bones act as levers that muscles pull on to generate motion. Fourth is mineral storage, particularly calcium and phosphate. The fifth is blood cell production in bone marrow. Among these functions, support and movement are closely linked. Without strong bones to support the body and stable joints to guide motion, the body would not be able to move effectively. The adult human skeleton contains 206 bones, organized into two main divisions: the axial skeleton, which forms the central axis of the body, and the appendicular skeleton, which consists of the limbs and the structures that attach them to the axial skeleton. This organization allows the body to achieve both stability and mobility. The axial skeleton provides strong structural support, while the appendicular skeleton enables movement and interaction with the environment. The axial skeleton includes the skull, vertebral column, and rib cage. Its main role is support and protection. The skull protects the brain. The vertebral column supports the body's weight and protects the spinal cord. The rib cage shields the heart and lungs. These structures form the central supporting column of the body, maintaining posture and protecting vital organs, while still allowing limited flexibility. The appendicular skeleton includes the bones of the arms, legs, shoulders, and hips. Its main function is movement. The shoulder girdle allows the arms to move freely in many directions. The pelvic girdle provides stability and supports body weight during walking and standing. These bones work with muscles and joints to produce movements such as walking, lifting, and reaching. Together, they form the mobility system of the body. Bones come in different shapes, and each shape is designed for a specific function. Long bones, such as the femur, act as levers that facilitate movement. Short bones, such as those in the wrist and ankle, provide stability. Flat bones, such as the skull, protects internal organs. Irregular bones, like the vertebrae, have complex shapes that allow both support and flexibility. This variation in bone shape allows the skeleton to balance strength, stability, and mobility. Bone is a remarkable biological material. It is strong enough to support body weight, but light enough to allow movement. Bone is made of a combination of organic components, such as collagen, and inorganic minerals, mainly calcium phosphate. Collagen provides flexibility, while minerals provide hardness and strength. This combination allows bones to resist both compression and tension during physical activity. Because of these properties, bones function as durable load-bearing structures that support the body during movement. Bones act as levers in the body. When muscles contract, they pull on bones through tendons, causing movement at joints. For example, when you bend your elbow, the biceps muscle pulls on the forearm bone, causing it to move. In this system, bones acts as the rigid bar, joints acts as the pivot joint, and muscles provide the force. This mechanical arrangement allows the body to generate efficient movement using relatively small muscle contractions. Bone also has a specialized internal structure. The outer layer, called compact bone, provides strength and resistance to bending. Inside is spongy bone, which has a porous structure that reduces weight while maintaining structural integrity. This design allows bones to remain strong while avoiding unnecessary weight. Such a structure is essential because heavy bones would make movement inefficient. Thus, bone architecture supports both strength and mobility. Inside many bones is bone marrow, which plays an important biological role. Red bone marrow produces red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. These cells are essential for oxygen transport, immune defense, and blood clotting. Although bone marrow does not directly generate movement, it supports the body's ability to function by maintaining healthy blood circulation and oxygen delivery to muscles and tissues. This ensures that the body has the energy required for movement. Bones are formed through a process called ossification. During development, many bones begin as cartilage structures. Over time, specialized cells called osteoblasts deposit minerals that transform cartilage into hard bone. This process allows bones to become strong enough to support the body's weight and mechanical forces. Ossification continues during childhood and adolescence as bones grow and strengthen. Bone is not a static structure. It is constantly being renewed through a process called bone remodeling. Two types of cells are involved: osteoclasts, which break down old bones, and osteoblasts, which build new bone. This process allows bones to adapt to mechanical stress. For example, regular exercise can stimulate bone growth and increase bone strength. This ability to adapt helps bones maintain their role in supporting body weight and enabling movement. Movement in the body occurs at structures called joints, where bones meet. Some joints allow little or no movement, while others allow a wide range of motion. The most mobile joints are synovial joints, such as the shoulder, knee, and hip. These joints contain lubricating fluid that reduces friction during movement. Joints function like mechanical hinges or pivots, allowing bones to move smoothly while maintaining stability. One important principle in anatomy is that structure determines function. The shape, composition, and arrangement of bones allows them to perform their roles effectively. Long bones support body weight and enable movement. Flat bones protect vital organs. Joint structures allow controlled motion. Together, these components create a system that balances strength, flexibility, and mobility. Understanding this relationship between structure and function helps us appreciate how the skeletal system supports the body and enables movement. Thank you for joining me in today's lesson on the skeletal system. I hope this session helped you to see how the skeletal system is more than just bones. It is a dynamic structure that supports the body, protects vital organs, and works together with muscles and joints to produce movement. As you continue your studies, I encourage you to keep observing how structure and functions are connected in the human body. The more you explore, the more fascinating the body becomes. Once again, this is Kathy. Thank you for learning with me today. Be blessed and be a blessing to others.